Hey everyone, it's Tori from Calypso Creative Planning, and in today's video we're going to be talking about what my planner lineup is for the first quarter of 2023. I'll be working on my iPad starting out with 3 different planners on my iPad, and then this year I'm incorporating a paper planner. Oddly enough, it's been years since I've done paper planning, but I wanted to try this one out. This is from Sanely, and this is from my shop. So we're going to be diving into my lineup for the first quarter of 2023. Stay tuned. Okay, so I don't know where to start. Let's start with this one since there's less of it than this. So we will get to this. I'm going to stick that over there. Okay, so for 2023, I'm going to be incorporating a paper planner. This one is from Sanely. It feels weird to hold my Apple Pencil with a paper planner, but also have my pen. So if you haven't heard of Sanely, it's amazing. It's all about peaceful productivity. So for 2023, I'm going to be incorporating this planner into my lineup for the year. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to balance paper planning and digital planning. Let me move this more out of the way. I'm trying to balance them because I'm just trying to find like my groove. You can plan for years and years and years and still, change up your system. So for 2023, I'm going to be using this paper planner to kind of keep up with mainly like important dates. I'm going to try to stick to this simple habit tracker. And for my weeklies, I'm going to keep up with my Sanely 5. And I'm mainly going to use this for time blocking. And I don't know what I'll use this section for, but mainly this is going to be time blocking for my schedule as far as what my focus is going to be for the week, for the days, and all that kind of stuff. So this is, kind of like my schedule, my routines, stuff like that. Whereas with my digital planner, it's going to go into like more detail. So for this, I'm thinking, block off the times of when I'm doing what. But then in my paper plan, gosh, it's going to get confusing. Hopefully not. But in my digital planner, I'm going to break it down by like all the specific tasks. So this may be like, time blocking for contract work that I do, client work, design work, anything like that, recording, content creation, stuff like that, and just do like time blocking for here so that I have like my focus for the week, and I can, plan ahead and do all that and do my Sanely 5 and, maybe do like a little bit of, highlights from the day. I don't know what I'm going to do in this section, but this is mainly like time blocking. That's what I'm thinking. But then for digital planning, I don't want y'all to see my password. Hang on. Okay. So for digital planning, I'm going to be working in a planner from my shop. Well, technically, I'm going to be working in 3 planners, which sounds kind of crazy. But one thing that I'm doing, let me get this centered up here for you. Okay. So one thing I'm trying differently for 2023 is I'm going to play around with a vertical format planner. So this is a new planner for my shop. I've seen planners where people like print them at the end of the year, and if you're working with like a landscape like ring binder look, that's not really designed to print. So I've always thought about like is that something I would want to do? Is it something I care about? I don't know. Part of me says that, like, one benefit of going to digital is that it's cheaper than like a paper planner, like that planner that I just showed you. Obviously, this one's cheaper. And because it's not printed, obviously. But then if you're going to print it at the end of the year, are you saving any money by going digital? I don't know. I mean, you're not buying like washi tape and stickers that you can only use once. So in that aspect, you are. I don't know. So I'm going to test this out for quarter 1. I've been planning quarterly. I started thinking quarterly about like the midpoint of 2022, almost out of last year, but we're still in 2022. So around the midpoint of 2022, I started thinking quarterly, but wasn't necessarily planning quarterly until quarter 4. So starting in October, I did a quarterly planner. Let me see. I'll show you the one that I did. Well, I mean, you guys have seen it. So this is my quarterly planner. This is for this week. Obviously, this is not designed to print. So, I mean, you could, but if you're printing in a book, that's kind of like, it's weird to be a ring binder in a printed book. So, I mean, obviously you're not planning with printing in mind if you're doing something like this. But for quarter 4, I am still using this planner. So I don't know why I just didn't click the rings. Now, obviously this, if you saw my Modern Christmas thing, then, this is a cover that I put on here. And by the way, this cover can be used for any of these planners. It doesn't have to like fit this style exactly. That's just because that's what I'm using. Okay, there we go. So this is the planner I've been using for quarter 4. I really personally am loving planning quarterly because it helps me with my shop. It helps me with all of that stuff. Let's go back to here. So with planning quarterly, I can have, all my monthlies together for that quarter, and I can just flip through. I can have my weeklies for, that quarter, and I can just flip through. And then my dailies are in a daily section. So for quarter 4, this has really worked out well for me because I can plan my shop collections. I can go to, let's see, my by the month. I can plan out, ahead of time, knowing what my content's going to be, what my theme's going to be for the shop, the collection. I can plan out, social media stuff, blog stuff, all that kind of stuff. I really like it. Quarterly planning is working for me. So I decided to do that for 2023, but I wanted to test out this vertical format to see how I like it. If I don't like it, I'm only doing it for a quarter. I can always switch it up. If I like it, then maybe I'll do it again for quarter 2. I don't know. So this is one of my new quarterly planners. There's 3 new quarterly planners. This is the Dashboard Weekly. And what that means is if I go to weekly, this is what the weekly looks like. So it's a dashboard setup with your calendar, important date or important notes, to-do list. It links back to goals and projects that are in this planner. And this one is dated. So if I go to monthly, my monthly's already set up for January. So far, this is what I have. And if you click on the first day of the week, it takes you to that weekly page. Same thing, like, here, takes you here. So this is the dated version. And this is going to be like my everyday planner. This is where everything goes, pretty much. Like all of my business stuff, social media stuff, everything that I'm planning. This is pretty much my everything planner. And I'm really happy with it. If you guys want to see a video going like in depth to what this planner has, just let me know. But it's very similar to the quarterly planner I'm using now. There's a notes section. There's a yearly section that has these things. Quarterly, so it has goals. It has the same sort of things that the ring binder one has, but in this vertical format. So there's goals for this quarter, quarterly reflections, planning ahead. So you saw this is the planning ahead for this one compared to this one. So it's the same stuff. I don't have this area, but I can always add another page if I need it. But let's see. Oop, no, not what I meant to do. Okay, so then you've got monthly, which has got the 3 months in it. Weekly, it has the weeks in it. And then daily is just a divider. Now, one thing with this planner is if you click on this, there's 6 bonus sections. So these can be anything I want. So it could be like, I could do one for book stuff, one for health stuff, meal planning, journaling if I don't want that in my dailies. I kind of was imagining the dailies being a combination of daily planning and journaling. It's kind of what I was thinking. But this could be for anything. This is the front. You've got a guide, quick notes, page templates. And for the page templates in this, there's obviously more than the last quarterly planner. These are all the page templates for this quarterly planner. That's it's like a shit ton of page templates. Don't ask me how many because I suddenly forgot. I'm not counting those. That's a lot. But I did swap out. These are pretty much the same templates as the DIY planner in this format that's year-long. But I took out a couple from the life section and swapped it for some basic marble backgrounds. Just because I thought this would be really fun for decorative stuff, decorative layouts. So this planner is going to be awesome. I'm super excited about this. I can't wait to start planning. And honestly, what I'm thinking about doing for this is, so if you guys want to see more of the paper planner stuff, but what I'm thinking about doing in this planner at the beginning of it, Jess has got a bunch of stuff like reflections and like vision planning, mindset stuff. The pages are super thick, you guys. So vision reflections, vision planning like ideal day, life map, all this kind of stuff, all these activities to get you started and set up for the new year. So one thing I'm thinking about doing is I'll do this stuff in this planner, but I might also do it in this planner. So, and since it's been a while since I've done paper planning, there's a very good chance that I'll do this stuff digitally and get it how I want it and then write it in here. That may be my plan. That's something I'm going to do these last couple of weeks of this month. She recently did a Best Year Ever workshop and it's still available on her website. I'll put a link to that. So if you want to see her Best Year Ever workshop, you can see that. But she walks through that first section of this planner and like setting yourself up for the new year, mindset, vision, all that kind of stuff. So I'll probably, I haven't worked my way through that yet, but so I probably will do that in both of these, just because I'm thinking if I do end up printing this, that it would be really cool to have that stuff in here. But I haven't decided yet, so I'll let you guys know. And yeah, so that's this planner. This is kind of going to be my main planner. So next up in my lineup is my book planner. Now, one thing that I did, I recently put out 3 new book journals for the new year. There's a dated version that's very similar to my 2022 daily version. So that's in there with like, you know, it looks like a book. So there's that one. And then there's a DIY version of that. And then this is a DIY version that is vertical, keeping with this whole marble black and gold look. And I decorated the cover with one of my planner charms inspired by the Zodiac Academy series because I love that book series. Book 8 just came out on Sunday and I'm in the middle of another book, so I can't read it yet, but I will probably be done with this book by the weekend. I'm recording this on Wednesday, by the way, so I'm not like a speed reader. But so I decorated this cover. I added the date, some stickers. These stickers are from A2K Designs. And then It's set up very similar to that quarterly planner, but down here at the bottom, you'll see you've got the months. So it goes for the full year, and you've got want to read. And I started pulling in some of the books from my 2022 book journal that I hadn't finished yet. Let's see if I still, okay. So this is my 2022 book journal and my want to read. I got through a bunch of these throughout the year, but there was some that I didn't get to. So I just copy them in here, and you can, why do I keep clicking that? I swear. You can access this from any page. So if I go to March, I can still click want to read. And just like with that quarterly planner that I just showed you, if you go here, you've got the 6 bonus sections. And for page templates, there's not as many as the quarterly because this is all about books. But I did include the marble ones, some basics in both white and black, and some tracking pages. I'm super excited about this. So let me show you the monthly pages and the monthly sections, and then I'll show you some of these because I'm super, super excited. So for January, now it's undated, so it looks like this, but I went through and I'm thinking about this idea for, we'll see if I actually stick to it, but this is how I dated it so far. And these are just individual text boxes. And here's a little trick, okay? Here's what I did to set this up. So I used the shape tool and I drew in this shape so that I had like this line lined up with all of these, so I could keep all of my text like in one line. And then I just copied text and box and all, and then you just turn off text boxes and you can delete all the handwritten stuff. So I put it in a light gray color, so when I put the book covers on here, it'll cover up the numbers, and I may take off the numbers for the days I'm not reading. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So if you don't know what I mean, let's go to November on this one. So this is my book journal for 2022. Like I said, this is how my monthly pages look. And what I do is I put the book cover on the day that I start reading the book. And then I'll put like these little boxes that I create in Procreate to match the covers. And I'll put little quotes. I haven't filled those in for November, so let's look at October. So see how I put the little quotes. So I'm going to do the same sort of thing with this and put the book covers there. So if I were to, let's just pick one. This is the book that I'm reading now. So I could just fill that in, and it covers the numbers. So I could keep the numbers or not. I don't know. I'll probably end up just putting like the books on the days that I read them and then just delete the extra numbers. So that's probably what I'll do. Let me see. Let's just delete this for now. So with this book journal, like I said, it's a DIY one. So in the daily dated version, if you click on the date, it takes you to a book journal page. But with the DIY, you can use the page templates to fill in the sections and change up the book journal page. I think there's like 7. Yeah, so there's 7 different book journal pages in this planner, which is awesome. But in your monthly section, you've got a monthly overview. That's this, so you can keep up with like your reading goals for the month and like your stats of the number of books you read, the pages, your favorite book of the month, all that kind of stuff. And then your favorite quotes of the month and any notes, and you can put, what month it is there. And then there's a reading challenge page. So I'm involved in like a few different reader Facebook groups, and some of those will put out monthly challenges. And so I thought someone else asked about having like a challenge page. So I thought that'd be perfect. So this is where you could put the covers in here for every challenge you could obviously cover this up and do whatever you want here. But if you have like certain books in a challenge, you could put the covers here and like mark them off as you read them. So that is the challenge page. And then there are blank sections in here. These are just dividers. There's 4 of them. And then obviously we're back to February. But so these, you can label them here and they link to each of those on your monthly tab. So this is something, the monthly overview challenge and the bonus sections, that is also included in the new 2023 daily version and the DIY version that looks like the book. So that's a new thing that's happening. So I'm very excited about that. And then in here, so the page templates, going with that marble look, I did include the marble backgrounds. But for book tracking, let's look at this. So there's this one where if you wanted to keep up with like a view like this, it's a really pretty page. And then this is a series tracking page. So if you wanted to keep up with like one series, all the books in that series, you can put that in one of these bonus sections if you wanted to make these for series notes or something like that. Or if you wanted to put that in like a monthly section, if you were blowing through a whole series in that month, you could put that there. Next up is gallery. So this is very similar to the want to read section, but you could use it for anything. And then this is, it's similar to my journaling pages that I've done before, where you've got a spot for maybe like your book cover and then notes about it. So that's kind of what this page is about. And then this is an author profile page. This is new. So you can put like the photo of the author, all the stats like name, Instagram, Facebook, website, Goodreads page, Amazon page, and then some other lines if you have, some other things. And then you've got a notes area. And then this is like just like a whole list of all their books if you wanted to keep up with that all in one place. And since Goodreads, since GoodNotes lets you turn text into links, you could always link these back to like the Amazon page or the Goodreads page or something like that, which is fun. And then for book journaling pages, there are 7 different ones. So this one, you have like your basic stuff with your rating and your book stats, and then it's just blank down here. There's nothing, so you can do full, free form, whatever you want. And this is that same sort of page, but with the light grid here. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. So it's got the light grid. And then for this one, I added a little cover so that, if you wanted just the cover over here, you could do that here, or you could do, the book cover big or whatever. So just little tweaks. So this has got the book cover here. And this one, you can do book cover here with the stats, your favorite quotes. This is character profiles and like a book summary or review. So this has kind of got like everything on this page. And here's another sort of version of that. So you've got a bigger cover area, your book stats, book summary, review, and favorite quotes can go all in here. And then your character profiles down here at the bottom. And then this one, you've got your big quotes area, book summary, and a big cover. And then on this one, you've got the big cover and your quotes, and then this is a blank space. And that's the last one. So these also come in black. So here's what they look like as black pages. And to give you an example, because you'll see this if you're watching this the day this video comes out, you will see an example of this on Saturday, I think. So I used this page and I created an example. I just stuck it in here. Look at that. So this is just an example of how you can use that page template. So I added my quotes over here. These stars came from my Book Lovers sticker book. And then this is the screenshot of the book cover. And then I added some stickers and photos. These just came from like Google or Unsplash or something like that. And then these stickers are from Lux Books. So this is just a fun example of how you can use one of these page templates. And I just think it's so much fun. So much fun. Okay, so the idea behind this is you can pick your page templates, copy the page, and then paste it in your month. So if you had, if you just wanted the book pages, then like the book reviews, you could put them just right behind this page and put them in there. They could go after these. You could sort them, like if you had certain series you were going through, you could put them in there. However you wanted to do it, it's completely up to you because it is DIY. So there's lots of stuff in here. And oh, one thing that's new, let me mention this. This is in all the versions of my book journal this year. So in the yearly section, you've got year to glance, then you've got book releases. So you can fill out your calendars and label all your book releases. And then you've got all of these are all for all the quarters, sorry. And then you've got book of the month. So you can put, if you have a specific, like your favorite book of the month can go here. And let's see, that's for the whole year. Notes, and then we're back to want to read. So that is our thing. I just love it. Okay, so that's my book journal for the year. And then the other planner that I'm using, this is the other version of the dated Q1 quarterly planner. And I'm using it as a work planner. So I've added a photo of one of the projects that we finished up this year, just because it's a really pretty project. So I put that on the cover and added a little sticky note up there and called it my work planner. So this is set up exactly the same way as that first quarterly planner that I showed you, but for the weeklies, it's a horizontal weekly. So it's got important reminders, to-do lists coming up, notes, and then this is your weekly. And so this one is dated. The first one that I showed you, the dashboard weekly, it has an undated version in the shop. So if you wanted to use it for any quarter of the year, you could do that. So that's that one. But this one is the one I'm using for my work planner. So how I've been using this for 2022, that is this one. So I'm a little behind. So this is my work planner, how I've been using it. I've got the basic weekly thing, and then I just do a grid page for my dailies, and then just add my notes and images for the projects that I work on. And that's how I've been using this quarterly planner. This is the Excel version of my notebook planner. So that's how it's been working really well. So this is for the contract work that I do. We design houses, so do interior design stuff. So this is the planner that I've been using to track that for this last quarter of the year. And I want to continue that for 2023. So I'm going to do it in this planner. And I've got a daily section here it's just blank. So I will take these pages and I can either do like actual daily pages if I wanted to, so something like this, and put that in there and put my notes on there, or I can just stick with a blank grid and put that in there. And this one does come in white and black for a lot of these pages, so just like in that other quarterly planner. So that is my plans, and that's all I've done for this one. So this one doesn't get all pretty. I'm probably just going to put like client meetings and stuff like that, deadlines, anything like that on here. And then the weeklies just continue with what I'm doing. So I haven't done anything farther on this one, not as much as I have on this one. So that's fun. I'm excited to try this. Whether or not I'll print it, I don't know, because I plan a lot. So I don't know. Printing, we'll see. I may test it out for the quarter and see what I have to print at the end of the quarter and see what I want to do. We'll see. So, I'm intrigued. I know a lot of people like the whole aspect of printing it. Some of those planners that you see for printing are 8.5 by 11. The planner is. My planners are a little higher resolution than 8.5 by 11. And I did that so that if you're going back and forth between like one of one of these planners, then your text sizes are going to be the same. You're not going to have to like change your fonts, change your sizes going back and forth. So it's proportion wise 8.5 by 11, but it's the resolution's a little bit higher. So it'll still print on 8.5 by 11. It's just the resolution's higher. So I'm really excited. We're going to see whether print, I don't know. And if I do these exercises in here in this planner and then put them in my digital planner, then I will definitely show you guys that. So, I mean, we'll see. This is something I got to do this weekend, probably work through that. But yeah, okay, I guess that's it. I guess that's my lineup so far for Q1. I may change things. Obviously, the book journal is going to go for the full year. I'm committing to that. But quarterly planners, they're just the shit right now for me. So that's what I'm doing. If you guys would like a flip through of maybe, you know, this planner, like, I don't know if you guys are interested in that or not, but if you want to see, you know, a flip through of how my planner went for this Q4, then let me know and I'll do that. If you want to see it for my work planner, I can do that too. Book journal, I feel like you guys have probably seen this. I've done a couple videos recently where I think there was one in October that it was basically a flip through. That was the one with my sister in it. So I feel like you guys have seen that, so you probably don't need to see that for the year. But November, I still need to fill in my quotes. December, I've got 2 more books after this, so I haven't even finished that. But yeah, so if you guys want to see flip throughs of how the year went, or this Q4 went, I can do that. If you want to see any more deep dives into the other book journals that have come out, anything, just let me know. And that's it. Okay, I'm out. That's kind of a long video, but you guys are probably used to that by now. So, okay, I'm out. Bye.